This video is called Don't Mistake His Boredom for Genuine Interest. I've been in situations where I basically just assumed that since a guy wanted to spend time with me, wanted to be around me, talk to me, texting back and forth, communicating real heavy, where I just assume, oh, he must really be into me. He must really like me. He must really be feeling me. Only to see him play hot and cold or to treat me kind of like I was just like not really his cup of tea when we were in each other's presence, where it was really easy for him to get offended by something I said or something that I did. And just, he was very inconsistent in his energy, in terms of like just making my mind question, well, why would he want to spend all this time with me if he really ain't interested in me? You know what I'm saying? What's the point of, you spend time with people who you like, right? The truth is, sometimes people just don't like to be by themselves. Sometimes people don't like to deal with their own thoughts and emotions. And if they know that you're interested in them, or they get the feeling that, you enjoy their presence, they kind of like try to kill time hiding behind your energy or hiding behind your praise or your, compliments or your liking them or whatever. So that's why, you don't really feel completely comfortable in their presence, or there's a sense of like nebulous energy. You don't really know where you stand because they can't fake it for too long. They might try to give you the impression, oh yeah, I'm feeling you, but their energy don't match their words. And you were thinking, well, what the fuck? Like, get out of here. If you don't like me, just go find somebody else to hang with. But the truth is, sometimes they don't have anybody else, or the person that they really want ain't available. And you got to deal with that, and that's why I say, like, you got to be real. Boss bitchness is about being real. All right. It's like the 50th law of power, like just like extreme realness, where you're not sugarcoating it. You're not trying to hope for the best, or just in this fog of like imagination and dream and fantasy of what you want versus what's real. A person treats you how they feel about you. When a person wants a job really, really bad, they don't act like crap to the boss or the hiring person. They send their best representative forward and pull out all the stops, wear the best clothes, fix their hair up, got their makeup right. Like, you go all out for what you want. But when it comes to men, first of all, there's this thing about a lot of alpha males out there where they feel like, they want to have a queue of women. They want to have multiple options. And the thing is that when you a jack of all trades and a master of none, your energy is really not so directed and focused in one place. So you really can't get hurt. You really can't get invested. That's the thing about, men. Some of them are not equipped to deal with loss very well. They can't handle, a lot of them can't handle emotions very well, and so I personally don't believe that we are necessarily supposed to be with just one person for the rest of our life, or one person at a time. That's not my belief. I'm not saying that some people aren't like that or don't want that or don't choose that, but I'm not the kind of person who thinks that it's something that's natural. I think you are who you are. You gravitate towards who you want, and it's best for you to go after what you resonate with, opposed to trying to fit into somebody's box because you don't want to lose them. But the thing about men is that a lot of them, they don't process the demise of a relationship, usually because they're in multiple relationships at one time, and when one of them ends, they don't really get a chance to deal with the way they felt about that person before they're already in something else. Now, what I'm talking about is when most men cheat, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not talking about like polygamy, or where people actually have relationships with multiple people at the same time, because in that instance is more healthy. There's no lying. You don't have to deal with your consciousness as well as whatever this person did to you, or whatever you did, or the why of it all. But a lot of guys, they do have multiple relationships, sometimes because they just don't want to be alone. They don't want to deal with expecting one woman to give them everything they need. They don't want to deal with the responsibility of having all the burden on them. So they never put their all in, because if they did, then they would be expected to maintain that level of kind of behavior. So there's a myriad of reasons why guys usually don't have one relationship at a time. But my issue with that, like I said, is that they usually don't have a chance to process why a relationship ended and recalibrate who they are and get back to who they are independently. They're constantly in and out. I'm jumping in and out because they're chasing pussy, they're chasing companionship without really dealing with where they are. And that's why when I say when the woman when a chick feels like or realizes she's been played, first thing you need to do is be alone. Be alone so that you can actually be real with where you are. All right, you might realize that you got some mental issues going on that you really need to deal with. And that's the reality. But you can't do that if somebody else is in your ear trying to tell you, you need to do this or take this or get this, or he's in your ear calling you, trying to beg you for your forgiveness, So being alone is something that a lot of men don't know how to do. And sometimes they may be on their way out of a relationship and you meet them and they want to spend all their time with you whenever, but you can tell the energy is off. You can tell that their mind is somewhere else. So they really ain't feeling you, but they always want to be around you. It's most likely because they don't want to be by themselves. They don't want to deal with, being by themselves. So you have to really pay attention. And that's why I say casual sex should be something that you really think about, number one. And number two, paying attention to this person. Make him wait so that you can actually assess the situation. How much is he really investing? How much of what he really says is something that he actually does, okay? Gives you a chance to get to know who you're dealing with. If he's real, if his energy is real, if he's really interested in you, is he really listening to you? Do you guys really vibe together, or is he just not able to pursue the things he wants to, so you're a great distraction? All right, y'all. That's my message for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Leave some messages below. Peace.